What in the world is wrong with American kids? What in the world has happened to the children of America? All over the United States, kids are acting like half-crazed monsters, but most people seem to think this is normal. American kids today are selfish, self-centered, sadistic, cruel, disrespectful, disobedient to their parents, ungrateful, incredibly brutal, and possess very little self-control whatsoever. And this article by Michael Snyder basically goes through just the recent examples. Of course, you had the bus monitor a few weeks ago being tormented by the kids. That went viral on YouTube, 8 million hits. You've got kids in this clip featured in this article on a bus torturing a special needs student. And you've also in America now, this started in the UK actually, they called it happy slapping. It's now being exported to America. Kids, gangs of kids, filming on their cell phones, picking out random strangers in the middle of the street to punch in the face. That's their idea of good time now. So basically, we're asking what's wrong with American kids, what's causing all this, you know, what produces the James Holmes of America, the mass shooters. And basically, you can lay the blame, partially at least, at the door of this entertainment industry that kids are hooked on. You know, how many mass shootings did we see in America before Columbine, before the mid to late 90s? And now they happen, what, several times a year? I don't have all the answers, but I know that, you know, when I was a kid, and I guess most people share this experience, you know, I was out in nature, I was out playing football, I was out in the real world. Where are kids today? The average young American spends 10,000 hours playing video games by the age of 21, which is twice the amount of time it takes to earn a bachelor's degree. Total waste of time, you know, in one sense. And what are most of these video games full of? Well, mindless violence. Does that mean that hordes of people who play violent video games are going to go out and kill people en masse? No. But does it desensitize these few deranged individuals that carry out these mass shootings? Does it make them more prepared to go out there and kill? Well, yes, judging by the fact that before video games really got violent in the 90s, most of these mass shootings, I mean, they were virtually non-existent. And again, Anders Breivik, James Holmes, both obsessive gamers, World of Warcraft and all that. But, you know, it's not just video games, it's the movies, it's the music industry. What do we see being pumped out? Violence, nihilism, moral relativism, you know, lack of responsibility, hopelessness. And it's a potent cocktail. It's a dark ecstasy that the elite, through the entertainment system which they own, has been used to enslave our children and entire generation of people and get them hooked on this Babylon system. So, you know, what's the solution? Is it to ban video games, music, movies? No. I mean, what we need is some kind of major cultural renaissance to rescue our culture, because it's in the pits, it's in the sewer. Anyone with a brain can see that. And, you know, it's about wrestling back control over our children's minds and their activities, their day-to-day activities from the entertainment industry that's got them hooked on this dark ecstasy, this violence, this lack of responsibility, this nihilism. And, you know, it's got to start with the parents, getting them out of the government schools, which thankfully is happening to a greater and greater degree. And, you know, we've just got to have the hope that this is cyclical in nature, because the way it's heading at the moment, with all these recent incidents that are featured in this article, we're really not that far away from a truly decrepit, Clockwork Orange-style droog culture and society, you know, with ultra-violence as the most seductive drug. So just more examples of that coming out, and we really need to get a hold on it, because the culture at the moment is in the pits. Moving on to global news, actually domestic news, with the election